As we continue to mark the loss of 1 million lives to COVID in this country, we are taking a look back at one Broadway star's incredible but ultimately unsuccessful fight to beat this virus. Nick Cordero is his name. He got sick with the COVID in March 2020. That was at the height of the pandemic's first wave. Remember those days? His wife, Amanda Kloots, shared his fight publicly for months with us. She even appeared here on CBS Mornings sharing the updates. Sadly, Nick died after a courageous 4-month battle. Nearly 2 years after Nick's death, our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, visited his friend Amanda at her home in California to find out how she and her young son, there's Elvis, how they're doing.
Hi, David!
Elvis and Mom! Hi, Boo.
Wow.
Like you got one night, live your life.
Thanks for having us to your house again.
Oh my God, of course. Come on in.
A lot of cameras.
For the last 22 months, Nick Cordero's song, Live Your Life, has become a sort of anthem for his widow, Amanda Kloots.
And it's all right, live your life.
I've got the song stuck in my head ever since I listened to it.
During Nick's fight, people around the world joined in to sing that song.
And it's all right, live your life.
It became the title of Amanda's book, which is now being made into a movie. And over the last nearly 2 years, she has embraced the idea of living her life, even as she grieves.
I love creating. I love staying busy. I don't idle well, David.
Last year, Amanda joined CBS's The Talk as a co-host. That's where she and I first connected.
I love you.
Mwah, love you too. Break a leg.
And I got a chance to learn her story. To some, it may seem like Amanda's got it all together.
What's your name?
Amanda Kloots.
And maybe has even moved on from the tragedy that thrust her into the public eye.
We sometimes look at happy people and we think, are they happy all the time? But when you slow down and when it gets quiet, what are the things that get to you?
For me, it's not even when I slow down. Right now, for me, grief, it'll hit me at a ton of bricks out of nowhere. For instance, I went to a show last night. I got home and I was pulling into the driveway and a song from Journey came on that Nick sang in Rock of Ages. And I looked over at, the passenger seat and it was empty. And it hits you like a ton of bricks. And then, you have to go into the house and it's all fine. But it's those moments where you're just like, what happened? And then it hits you, you're alone. I'm alone. I'm all alone. I lost him.
And what's you?
Sweet little Elvis was just a year old when his dad died due to COVID complications.
Well, I won't call no cop.
Nick and Amanda met in New York City. They were both performing in the show Bullets Over Broadway. He was the lead. She was in the ensemble.
I remember thinking, oh no, I like this guy. And then I was done. I was done for. Knocking this down.
Just as the pandemic was taking hold across the country, they moved from New York to Los Angeles. It was around then, mid-March, when Nick started feeling sick.
I watched him walk into Cedars-Sinai Hospital, and he never came out.
And thereby your journey of really sharing with the world what was happening started.
I just finished my daily visit.
Amanda began sharing updates about Nick's health on social media and here on CBS Mornings.
He's fighting. I see it every day.
Give us some of the TikToks of what you told people.
Oh my gosh. Well, he went on a ventilator, went into a medically induced coma. He got sepsis. His heart stopped. He had his right leg amputated. That was the first couple weeks.
Nick died in July 2020, and it was an alarm bell for many Americans. A healthy young man with no pre-existing conditions dying as a result of the virus.
I miss having somebody to come home to, and I miss laughing with somebody. Every time I retell this story, it's amazing how helpful it is in this grieving journey.
Really?
Grief does not stop. Loss, death, it does not end. There's no, oh, it's been a year, you must be better, right?
Right.
You cried it out. That is so not the case.
She'll tell you, being so open about her life hasn't always been easy.
You had some people who sort of came after you and were critical and felt like, you know, in the book you divulged things like being allowed to visit him, and they thought that, you know, you had sort of overlooked this privilege that you had. How did you take that?
You know, listen, in life, people are going to come at you at all angles for anything you do. You know, I mean, they came at me when I said I started dating again. Everybody, you know, had their opinions. I just kind of let those things roll off my back, because what I would like to say to those people is, if you could have lived with me for those 95 days, you would never, ever say what you just said to me. So that's how I think about it.
I must have missed the breaking news. You've been dating?
Oh, no, it's not breaking news.
I missed that post. So have you been on a date?
I have dated, yes.
You have?
Yeah.
How did that go?
I mean, yeah, you know, listen, I love...
Past tense or current?
I'm not currently dating anyone,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
I want to love again. I want to have another person in my life. I want Elvis to have a father figure in his life. You know, you're not taking the place of Nick. It's not ever that. It's just that Nick was a part of my life.
Give him a kiss, tell Dada.
As Elvis gets older and life keeps moving on, Amanda told us before we left, somewhat emphatically, Nick will always be a part of it.
It just occurred to me, there must be a moment where you have said out loud, thank you, Nick, for this, or thank you, Nick, for that.
Oh, every day.
There's
Yeah.
something about Nick which has brought about a lot of blessing in your life.
Oh, so, yeah. Oh, 100%.
Boy, David, Amanda was always such a sparkle during that time. I think she helped a lot of people when she shared her story, because you're right, it was such a wake-up call when Nick got sick. Because he was healthy, we started looking at this and went, oh, this is really serious. Yeah. And when we lost him after 4 months, we also couldn't believe that, because I thought she couldn't go through all this and not come out on the other side. So it's so good to see her looking so happy and that Elvis is thriving. And to know grief does not stop. Grief is a living, breathing thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't end.
It's a headline I'll remember from the story. And to that point, I want to remind the audience, there was no vaccine when Nick got sick. And following his death, Amanda is a massive vaccine advocate. She's like, David, I don't push it on people, but I let everybody know what I believe. And she said to me about love, she said, if we could have had the conversation in the hospital, she said, I just know Nick would have said to me, baby, love again. Go find love.
It's a beautiful celebration of his life, and we got some video of David Begnaud with a hula hoop.
Yeah.
Find the full tape online.
Hips don't lie.
How you like that?
Yes, yes. We
Thank
do
you.
hope she finds love again. She's quite a catch. She is so lovely.
Yeah.
I know we all know that. Thank you, David. Thank you.
She will.
Thank you.
Good to see her
You
like
bet.
that.